Hello, welcome to Dream Team Scout. This is your boy Tage for another episode of the Sun Dream Team Fantasy Game Week 21. Quickly, last week wasn't the greatest. 108 points, so definitely over the hundreds. Went with Haaland captain, which fared better than me, captaining Salah. But just the midfield choices of me going for Savinho instead of Foden. And that was me just trying to mitigate with regards to, me thinking, okay, Savinho might do half of what Foden might do, and then, Palmer might come through. But 6 points between those two guys, so they're definitely on my red list. The Fulham boys did me proud, so they live to survive another day, and they're playing Man United, and I don't see a clean sheet in that game, but so that's a problem for me. However, I've got bigger fish to fry. Someone like Palmer plays the 1 game week, so listen, we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But we're just going to say 108 points wasn't the best. I know people fared between 140 and 150, so I'm lacking behind. So at this point in time, I just want you guys to take on my research, my analysis. If you're doing well, then you sort of just roll with it. But right now, they left me in the trenches. Left in the trenches, left for dead. But yeah, listen, another episode. You could see how my the players I picked last week performed on the screen, so you do your maths on that. I think I did all right with regards to recommending Foden, Kulusevski, Fernandes, Bruno for captain, and some players didn't do what I intended, but it is what it is. Sometimes the dream team it's not easy, should I say? It's not easy. If I just have to have a quick snippet of the performance last week, Kulusevski did his thing, like I just said. Fernandes did his thing. Savinho was a letdown with the 2 points. Foden came up with 23 points. You could see Timber was missed on the clean sheet, being subbed, so it's an awful week for him. Gabriel did okay. Jota wasn't fit enough to play. Trent was okay. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We can't get everything right. So you do the maths. You see, my performance. But anyway, not wasting too much time. Let's go to this week's suggestions. For this week, I'm not going to spend too much time. I just went through certain teams that were, the double game week teams, and then, see how, and then look over teams where you could sort of get points from. So if you're looking at the first double game week team, you're looking at Liverpool. They're playing Ipswich and PSV home and away. I've got Salah on here, but Salah is like everyone. Everyone's got Salah, so I don't really need to spend too much time on Salah. Just want to say that the guy's got, he's got 22 goals and 17 assists so far this season. That's ridiculous stats, and 18 goals in the Premier League, and they're playing Ipswich. So I definitely expect him to get a goal or two, and he's definitely in for a captain choice, like I put on there. So yeah, if you ain't got Salah, then your season is pretty much dead. He's the main man. And then that's the only guy I picked from Liverpool. I thought about Trent, but I don't know. It just didn't. I don't see Trent playing the second game. I think Bradley might play the second game because they've already qualified in Europe. So bringing a guy of that magnitude, that price, I need more as opposed to, I know Salah could do damage against Ipswich, could literally sit on the bench for next Champions League game, but you have to look at the potential damage that he could do against Ipswich. So hence the reason I placed him in as a captain choice. But yeah, moving on from Salah and Liverpool, we could go to Arsenal. Arsenal, I don't really know who's going to score. I know the other day Trossard has scored recently, came up with a few assists, Martinelli popped, Odegaard popped, but it's still dire. I wouldn't anywhere near the Arsenal attacking players. I wouldn't touch that at all. But I have to look into the defense. They kept the clean sheet, and I did say they were going to keep a clean sheet against Zagreb last week, and they did. This week, Arsenal have got Wolves and Girona. You got Gabriel's on 5 goals this season, like I said, and I expect a clean sheet again against, at least in midweek against Girona. Wolves could be tricky. Cunha, Larson, these are like tricky guys to sort of handle and defend against. So I would say Gabriel, and it's 5 million. His game week 20 points wasn't the best, so he shouldn't really decrease in points. Should I say? So steady guy that you could bring into your team to make your team better. And then moving forward, if we look next to the other double game week teams, we're looking at Man City. We're looking at Foden, who popped to got 22 points this game week. He got a 19, the 2 goals against Ipswich, and then the 3 points against PSG. He's totaling 171 points, which is not bad because considering he had a very, very, very slow start, he's doing well for himself. He's averaging 6.6 points, which is decent. Best performing points is 19, great. And then they've got Chelsea and Club Brugge, and that might scare certain people from saying Chelsea's a difficult game. But listen, Chelsea always concede. Sanchez, the goalkeeper's made 4 or 5 goalkeeper mistaken errors this season already. So it's a bit of a dodgy one, yeah. And I expect Foden to pop if he does start. And then Club Brugge, they have to play the strongest team. Foden is part of the strongest lineup. So I expect him to do his thing. And just to go further with Foden, he's got 4 goals and 2 assists in his last 4 games. He's totaling 45 points in his last 2 game weeks. He's bound to start both games. So let's see what happens. And I'll say buy and hold. Haaland, we all know about Haaland. We all know about the robot. Is 7.9 million, 100k less than Salah, but he fed better than Salah this game week with the 22 points. And yeah, 2 goals in 2 games is okay returns, but for a guy like Haaland, we expect more from him. But he fed better than Salah. That's all I could say. So. Yeah, once again, if you ain't got Haaland, you bring him in. That game against Club Brugge, they'll be playing out the skin to make sure that they actually qualify and don't go into the playoffs. And then to go further, then we got Aston Villa. I had to really sort of just force this one in, but Watkins is 5.2 million. Scored 13 points this game week. Shouldn't increase by price. He's got a goal against the Arsenal, and then he got 4 points against Monaco. He's got a total of 177 points. That's pretty much close, to Foden. It's 6 points more than Foden, and I would say Watkins is gradually, picking up form. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 6 games. It could be a differential up front if you don't want to stick with Isak, who plays the 1. You're going to bring in a player who's going to play 2 games, so you could go for Watkins in that respect. And then we could go further along the line to Spurs. I've said Kulusevski 4.3 million. He should go up in price by 100k at least. He's got a 14 points against in his last game week. 10 against Everton, 4 against Hoffen. He's got 192 points, which is amazing. It's averaging 5.6, which isn't best. Best performing points is 13. Not the best when you're thinking of a player, but he cheaps in a way. He's very good at that. And you see that Spurs are playing less than Elfsberg, so definitely in with a shot. He scored 1 goal in the last game week, and so I would say he's definitely someone you should consider. Alternatively, you could look at Maddison. His 4.1 million is a bit cheaper. He's going up in price by 200k. Game week points in game week 20 was 17 points, and he's got a total of 197 points. Maddison, James Maddison, and it's not really been a guy that people have spoken about, but he's just literally gone quietly underneath the radar, and he's chipped away, and he's done his thing in those European games. He's done his thing. And still sticking to the theme of Spurs, you got Son who popped up with 2 goals in midweek. He's 4.8 million. Should be going up 200k in price. He's got 21 points. The 17 against Hoffenheim, for the majority of his points came from against Hoffenheim with the 2 goals. He's got 193 points, which is not bad. His average is 6.9, which is good. Best performing points is 19 points, which is good. And and he's close to Isak, who's been on crazy form. But once again, that this shows you the difference between double game week players, where sometimes they might not be the guys currently on form, but having a double game week sort of help the players just to accumulate the points, and sometimes it backfires, you know. So yeah, that's just the way to look at it, to be fair. I don't know if you guys could hear the buzz and noise. I don't know, that's from somewhere outside, so sorry, I can't really control that coming into the show. But yeah, I'll quickly move on to last, not the least, or should I say last and the least, would be Man United, which is Bruno Fernandes. He's 6.2 million. He got 21 points this game week. So he's once again doing his thing. He's popping away and, you know, just cheapening points. 215 points in total, which is amazing. It's amazing. 215 points with Isak, just, you know, 212 points. So definitely a good shout. Fernandes, it's just the price. So yeah, you could either look between Fernandes or Foden. Either way is down to you how you want to play it. But he's got 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 games, Fernandes, and the United have got 2 home fixtures and two away fixtures. So it's very tempting, should I say, to stay away from Fernandes, but at the same time he's chipping away. He's in the 200s, and considering Fernandes is a midfielder on 215 points, and you compare that to Haaland on 263, it's a no-brainer, guys. So if you got the funds, if you've accumulated your team where you've got Fernandes, Foden, and all of these guys, then well done to you. And then if you want to go back to the single game week players, the one that just screams out to me will be Isak. He's been on crazy goal scoring form. I know he blanked against Bournemouth where they got trashed, but my guy's, prior to this, he has scored 9 goals and 1 assist in his last 6 games. It's crazy. And I've put him in as a captain choice as well. I put him as a captain choice because he could go crazy against Southampton, and sometimes you don't need the 2 game weeks to earn your stripes, you know. So and then yeah, if you've got Isak in your team, my advice would be to keep him on there. But if you are gonna change, I did say earlier on, say you could go with Watkins, but I will stick with Isak for this one, because he's got 212 points, averaging 8.8 points per game. So I love stats. That's amazing. Best performing points is 26, right up there with Salah and Haaland. So listen, it's down to you, man. Listen, there you have it. These are the players I've selected for this game week. I think you should be looking at. Not really going for any goalkeepers per se. I don't think this is the time to be considering changing your goalkeeper. Or you must have an amazing team to be considering changing your goalkeeper at this point. Even though your goalkeeper doesn't even play, I don't care. Like, nah. Captain choices in number 1, I would say go Haaland. Number 2, Salah. Number 3, Isak. Number 4, Fernandes. And then number 5, I would go with Son. But it's very tempting. Listen, do as you will. It is what it is, and that's why you're the manager of your team. You have to make those tough decisions. But yeah, so that is my captain choices for this week. With regards to my transfer intentions this week, I ain't got a clue, mate. But one thing just to put it out there to you guys would be that the fact that Palmer is leaving. For who, I do not know. So yeah, I'm looking at Palmer and I'm looking at Savinho, to be fair. I've been trying to change my defense in a long time. I'm, bringing someone like Gabriel, like I recommend, and I have those 2 Arsenal pivots in there. But for some reason, I keep having problems in midfield, and these are the guys that I spent more from. So I need to be ruthless with that. So yeah, don't really know my strike force. I'm gonna leave like that. I've got the captaincy on Haaland at the moment. Probably gonna leave, but I'm really tempted to do Salah. But I probably will make my decision towards towards the deadline of tomorrow, the Saturday deadline, which is, please remember guys, it's 1:30, so we're going off time. This Saturday is not 11, so you got a few more hours. This video will be coming out so late, but please try to watch it, and you might help you with your thinking ideas or how you want to structure your team. But so far, yeah, I'm definitely considering Palmer coming out of my team. The 4 points was just not good enough returns. You know, they've got Man City. Man City are not the best defensively, but I don't know. I don't know at this point in time. Just a 1 game week thing doesn't really much. Doesn't do it for me at this point in time with Palmer. I took the risk last week. I paid the price for it. I can't do it twice. I can't do it twice. I'm sorry. So yeah, so it's either between Palmer and Savinho or Palmer and Robinson. But I'm not too sure. Robinson did his thing, should go up in price. So I got a lot to think about. But listen, that's why it's football fantasy. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section. And yeah, any suggestions, I could probably help out with that, or we could discuss and trade ideas. But yeah, it is what it is. Dream Team Scout, over and out.